guys, so for the time limiting, I add a little speed for my explanation, and while I'm recording it, I think I touched something, so there might be other noise, but I already heard and it doesn't really affect the explanation. So start from the first compound. The functional group is OH, and the name for that is hydroxyl group. The molecule belongs to the family of alcohol. To name this compound, I have to identify the longest carbon chain, which is here. And there are 6, so we write hexane. And we replace the E with OL because it belongs to the alcohol group. And second, I have to number the carbons. I'll start from the top because we want to make the hydroxyl group closest, the lowest number possible to the carbon chain. So, and after that, I have to identify where the hydroxyl group are. It is now attached to the first carbon, so I have to write 1 to label the location. And then lastly, we look at the substitutes. There is 3 methane, and each of them are attached to the second carbon, the fourth carbon, the fifth carbon. So we have to number that. 2, 4, 5. So when numbers are next to numbers, we use a comma. When numbers next to a word, we use a dash here. And they are called methyl, but since there's 3, so we add tri, which is a prefix for 3. So the full name is 2,4,5-trimethylhexane 1-O. The second compound for the functional group is triple bond, and the name for that is alkene group. And the molecule belongs to the family of alkene. So to name this compound, I identify the longest carbon chain, which there is 5. So we write pentane. But since there's a triple bond, so we have to change this into YEN. And we number the carbons. We want to make the triple bond the lowest possible number as possible for the location. So we'll start from here, from the right, not the left, because that will give us 3. So from the right, it will give us 2. We have to label that. So it is at the second carbon, attached to the second carbon, so like this. Just add the 2 in the middle. And with the dash, because it's a number with the words. And then look at the substitutes. There's a bromine here, attached to the 5th carbon. So we write 5-bromo for bromine. Since there's only 1, so there's no prefix, and now it's done. And there will be no space here, so the 5-bromopent2N is the full name. Compound. For the third compound here, the structure for the functional group is this, and we name it carbonyl group. And the molecule belongs to the family of ketone. And to name this, we identify longest carbon chain, which there is 6. And so we write hexane, but replace the E with ON because there is it is belong to the ketone group. And we number the carbons. We'll start from right to give the lowest possible location for the carbonyl group. And mark the location of where the carbonyl group is attached to the third carbon. So write 3 here. And then there's the substitutes. There's only one methyl attached to the fourth carbon. So you write 4 dash methyl. That is the full name. For the fourth compound, the structure for the functional group is this, and we name it as the carboxyl group. And the molecule belongs to the family of carboxylic acid. To name it, we find the longest carbon chain, which there's 6. So we write hexane. But it's a carboxylic acid, so we change the E to O2. To oleic acid. And then we can number the carbons. We start from the right. And for this, we can only start from where the carboxylic acid are, because there's no way to attach any carbon here. And then this will be the 6. So we don't need to write any number to state the position of where it is. It has to be 1. And the substitutes, there's 2 methyl attached to the fourth carbon. So we write the location 4 and 4. And then since there's 2 methyl, so you write the prefix I, and then methyl with no space, and then this is the full name found here. The structure for the functional group is this, and we name it as the carbonyl group. There should be an H here, it's not written out. And the molecule belongs to the family of aldehyde. To name this compound, we have to find the longest carbon chain. So these are all carbons. So this is the longest carbon chain. There are 7. So you write heptane. And since it belongs to the aldehyde group, so we replace the E with O. And we number the carbons from the right, only from the right, because the carbonyl group is here. It cannot attach anything, cannot attach to any carbon here. So to make it the lowest possible, so the only possibilities will be here. So we don't need to write any numbers for to locate it. And as for the substitutes, there is something here. If it's written out, it should be this. And when it's attached, so this is the longest carbon chain, and it's attached to the middle, so we have to add iso. And since there's 3 carbons, so it's called propel. And then where it is, it's at the 3rd carbon. This is the 7th, this is the 3rd, so we write 3. So this is the full name. The functional group is called halogen because we have bromine and chlorine. They're all from halogen. The molecule belongs to the family of haloalkane. So we name it by find the longest carbon chain. There's 4, so we write butane. And number it to make it a substitute, the lowest possible number. So you start from the right. This is 1, this is 4. And then we find the substitute. There's 2 bromine. So we write the location. They are attached to the 1st and 3rd carbon. And then since there's 2, so we have to write the prefix di-bromo. And then find the chlorine. Chlorine is attached to the 2nd carbon. So there's only 1. So we write chloro. To double check the alphabetical order is correct, we don't look at the prefix. So these are the names for all compounds.